Lok Bhavan, as it is called Lok Bhavan, it is not now no more Raj Bhavan. It is a Lok Bhavan. So the Lok, the people, the public, they should have interaction with this particular Bhavan. It is your Bhavan. I in fact invite some suggestions from you. What are the topics that we have to have here for a lecture on which we can have deliberation? What else, in what way we can contribute towards this? I really expect your suggestions for this. Today's lecture will certainly give us a good input for our food for thought, not only food for thought, but for action for thoughts. So all those actions will be based on this. In near future, we all are aware and we are in fact awaiting for the Vikasit Bharat, the dream of that. I will not take much of your time and I will certainly close myself from here. I will sit there just to again have more inputs for me and all of you. Thank you. Vanakkam. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. We now humbly welcome Professor S. Mahendra Dev, Chairman, Economic Advisory Council to the Honorable Prime Minister, to deliver the keynote address.
Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri Rajendra Arlekar ji, Professor Alak Sharma, Mr. Sajjan Chavan, and friends. First, let me thank Honorable Governor and other organizers for inviting me to this important seminar on Viksit Bharat and the Tamil Nadu economy. So it's an honor and privilege to address you all at this seminar. And also I should compliment Honorable Governor and Lok Bhavan for they want to organize every month this kind of seminars. On this occasion, first, I will briefly mention about India's journey towards Viksit Bharat and then discuss elaborately on the Tamil Nadu economy. Today, you all know we stand at the crossroads of a historical transition in the global economy. India facing external shocks like the West Asia energy supply disruption and also rapid technological advancement in AI, rising trade and investment uncertainties, climate change challenges, and the immediate El Nino weather event. These are the challenges. But Indian economy is resilient due to our policies in spite of these global uncertainties. Every emerging and developing economy has stagnated or reduced growth in the past year. However, growth in India has remained resilient. India continues to be the fastest growing major economy with a consistent real growth in the last 3 years of about 7.3% per annum. The West Asia war will have impact on growth and inflation. In fact, Reserve Bank of India's projections show that in this financial year, that is FY27, India will have a growth of around 6.6 this year and inflation of about 5.1, assuming crude oil prices of $95 per barrel. I think the growth could be closer to 7% this year if there are no further escalations in the war, escalation in West Asia, and crude oil average price would be lower than the $95 per barrel. The center and states collectively as a nation adopted policies that have smoothed the advanced effect of these disruptions to achieve the goal of inclusive development for all. India with states like Tamil Nadu can take this opportunity and move towards the Viksit Bharat by 2047. What is Viksit Bharat? There are 3 goals of Viksit Bharat. One is to become a developed nation in terms of per capita income. Second is inclusive growth, because growth should not is not only high, but it should be distributed among most of the sections of the population. Here, inclusive growth, quality of employment is very important, and also the human development, health, education, skills. That can reduce inequalities. Third one is to achieve these two goals of growth, inclusiveness. We need to keep in mind sustainable and resilient, climate resilient goals. So these are the three goals of Viksit Bharat. It doesn't mean only achieving the high per capita income. And also aspirations of younger population is important, because a baby born in 2026 will be 21 years, he or she, by 2047. So what are the aspirations of these, this 21 girl or boy? So we have to keep in mind the goals of Viksit Bharat. Then for achieving goal of becoming a developed country by 2047, we need to have 7 to 8% growth per annum. There are many sources of growth to achieve Viksit Bharat, but two important sources are investment and exports. Investments, we need to have, right now we have 30 to 33% of GDP, but we need more private investment to come to 34-35% of GDP to become 7 to 8%, to get 7 to 8% growth. Because government cannot alone keep on increasing capital expenditure. So private sector has to increase investment. The second, of course, exports, because no country can achieve without reasonable exports growth, the 7 to 8% growth. The other source of growth, or one is of course the rise in human capital and skills and innovations, because innovations can lead to higher growth in any country, and which can increase efficiency and inclusiveness. Second is the young population with a median age of 28 years, compared to aging population of other countries, like 50 is the Japan, and 40 in US, and 38 in China. Third is increasing urbanization. Tamil Nadu is also urbanized state. We need, because by next decade or so, India will be having 50% urban population. Fourth is women's labor force participation rates, because in India it's about women's labor force participation rates are about 39% now, but world average is 50%. So if we can increase the participation to 50%, our GDP can be increased. Lastly, the fast-growing digital economy and AI can increase the GDP. The Honorable Prime Minister talked about Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is the answer for the global uncertainties. India has undertaken several reforms in the last decade, particularly in the last 2 years. They're calling it Reform Express. So it will lead to ease of doing business and also ease of living. Atmanirbhar Bharat and Swadeshi doesn't mean we are going back to pre-1991 years. It means increase in competitiveness and increase in the quality. That's what the Honorable Prime Minister always mentions. We should increase the competitiveness and also the quality of their products, so that domestic users can get, but also the exports can be more competitive and quality, high quality. So that is important for private sector and all the sections of the society. So India is encouraging competitive and cooperative federalism. States play a major role in achieving Viksit Bharat for India, and the contribution of Tamil Nadu, as mentioned earlier, in achieving this goal for the country is important. So rest of my speech will focus on Tamil Nadu economy, and later we can have discussion on this Tamil Nadu and India. So where the state has done well and where there is scope for improvement, and how it can map its future policies and strategies through robust growth and employment agenda in the journey towards Viksit Bharat at 2047. First, Tamil Nadu should plan for Viksit Bharat at 2047, because right now they don't have a plan for how much the target for 2047, what are the targets, how many trillion they should achieve. They have 1 trillion, 1.5 trillion by 2035, but not 2047. So the first thing they should plan, what are the targets for 2047, not only the per capita income, but also on employment and those kind of issues. So Tamil Nadu has established itself as one of the, coming to first, growth, economic growth and structural transformation of Tamil Nadu. So it's one of the fastest growth in Indian states, but sustaining momentum is important towards 2047. In fact, some of the studies showed earlier it had high growth, 10% growth during 2005 to 2011-12, but declined to around 6% or so during 2012-13 to 22-23. But in the last 2 years, it grew again. It's in fact 24-25, it's about 11%, Tamil Nadu's real GDP growth. And then, in fact, early estimates of 25-26 show that Tamil Nadu has continued its growth momentum and growing at 13% or so in the early estimates show. And in 10 to 11% in nominal and real terms, 13-15% in nominal and 10 to 11% in real terms. So this is a positive and welcoming transformation. However, Tamil Nadu operates on an accelerated trajectory because people expect more, because it's a relatively upper middle income country. So it has to continue its growth. As it has per capita gross state domestic product about 4 lakhs, approximately $4,400 in 2024-25. So broadly, the state is at the bottom threshold of World Bank's upper middle income country. Upper middle income country, according to World Bank, is $4,500. In fact, Dr. Rangarajan and Shanmugam estimated that Tamil Nadu would need 9% real growth to reach 1 trillion by 2033-34. So, on 1.5 maybe slightly, after a few years. As I mentioned, Tamil Nadu should have first target for Viksit Bharat also, I don't know how much, 1.5 they are saying by 2035 or 2036, maybe 2047, 4 trillion, or whatever the number they have to estimate. On structure of the economy, you all know structural transformation happened that has led to the development of many countries, from agriculture to industry, services. Tamil Nadu service sector, like India, is high at 54% of GDP. Secondary sector, which is manufacturing, construction and all, 33%. Primary sector contributes only 13%. So more encouragingly, the most recent year show a revival across industry, manufacturing, back into double-digit growths, 14% or so. And then secondary sector about 13%, and services in double digits, 11%. So Tamil Nadu's growth story is now is substantially a question of maintaining this higher momentum in the next 20 years or so to achieve the Viksit Bharat. So such an expansion needs productive gains. Regarding overall approach on agriculture, we have to move beyond production approach. So 3 things are needed agriculture. One is focusing on post-harvest activities and marketing. Second, food and agro-processing for higher incomes and employment. Third is that small farmers. There are 86% are small farmers. So how do you help them in input and output markets? We require FPOs, farmer producer organizations, and cooperatives for organizing them. So again, throughout value chain, we have to keep in mind sustainability and climate resilience. On industry, the state has one of the broadest and deepest manufacturing base of any other Indian state. It accounts for roughly 12% of national manufacturing value added and ranks first in the number of registered factories. Its strength is its diversification across several established clusters rather than dependence on a single industry. For example, automobiles and components, textiles and apparel, leather and footwear and electronics, semiconductors and electric vehicles. But we have to move towards new industries like technology related like semiconductors, chips, and also some of the other states have pharmacy. Pharmacy sector also one can develop Telangana, Hyderabad, they have, so one can develop pharmacy also. So this base is supported by one of the largest registered MSMEs sectors in the country, third by number, and about 62 lakh enterprises in Tamil Nadu of MSMEs. It is also supported by a policy framework like we had new industrial policy of 2021 in Tamil Nadu and more recent policies for semiconductors, advanced electronics and electric vehicles. And also the state must leverage its advanced manufacturing capabilities and move up the value chain to capture higher margins along with expanding current lower value chain industries to maintain broad-based employment generation. Also, again I mentioned that it use the new technologies much more now along with the aspirations of the younger generation with high education level of the Tamil Nadu economy. On regional variations within the state, the district per capita income shows that districts like Tiruvallur, Erode and Coimbatore have high per capita income, while on the other hand, districts like Perambalur, Tiruvarur and Villupuram have lower per capita income. So inequalities in per capita income should have to be reduced over time. Now I come to the employment. As I mentioned, Viksit Bharat doesn't mean achieving growth. It also means achieving better quality employment. The latest data for the year 2025 shows the following. The worker participation rates for 15 years and above was 60% for Tamil Nadu and All India 57%. So slightly higher than All India. Female participation rates for Tamil Nadu is much higher, 46% compared to 39% for All India. Tamil Nadu can increase female participation to the world average for Viksit Tamil Nadu. Turning to employment, the overall unemployment are more or less similar, about 3% in All India and Tamil Nadu. But the youth unemployment is higher than All India. Youth unemployment in Tamil Nadu is 14%. And All India it's about 9.9%. Why it is higher in Tamil Nadu? Because unemployment is concentrated among the educated youth. Because poor are too poor to be unemployed. So if you see the bottom thing, unemployment is very low. So they will have some tea shop or something other. Whereas educated unemployed, they will wait for the jobs to get better jobs. So that's why we have 14% in unemployment in Tamil Nadu compared to 9.9 in All India. On structural transformation in employment, the share of agriculture in employment is much lower in Tamil Nadu compared to all India. Tamil Nadu share is only 27% in employment, whereas all India 43% of workers are in agriculture. So it's more structural transformation in Tamil Nadu compared to